Hello friends, and welcome back to another deck spotlight. Today I have Sh00tingStar1's Epic Shaman deck, which I've just grabbed here from Hearthstone. Looked pretty sweet. I know Shaman's been in not the greatest situation throughout Kobolds and Catacombs, but I am a big fan of the card Volcano and kind of this Shaman control in general. So I really wanted to take a look at this deck. Have a couple of interesting cards here, most notably the Coldite Oracles, particularly in combination with the Murmuring Elementals. Murmuring Elementals is a card we've played with before. It's mostly used to combo with a lot of your Jade cards, the Spirits and the Claws. Or at the back you've got the Chieftain and the Blackpaw. But this deck also has access to Coldite Oracle, so we can try and combine these in order to maybe mill our opponent, particularly against Control, Warlock, Cube Lock and stuff. Yeah, we can potentially mill quite a few cards off of them, and that seems pretty strong in that matchup. Some other interesting cards. We've got a one-of Rummaging Kobold, which can solely only get back Jade Claws, but Jade Claws is a card that looks like we keep in every matchup because it's so strong in the early game, and it also gives us like a little bit of extra late game potential in developing more Jades, getting those bigger and bigger Jades. So I'm really keen to see how this goes. A lot of kind of typical stuff for Shaman. We've got the Maelstrom Portals to control the early game, Devolves as well. One of Hex in here. I guess the Devolves and the Hexes are a concession to Warlock being so powerful right now, and us really wanting to draw those kinds of effects. The two Healing Rains we've been seeing quite a lot of. This deck also has the one of Genu Water Speaker. It'll be interesting to see if maybe we want a second one of these to go with our Memory Elementals. Or maybe just no Murmuring Elementals, because these guys don't play well on their own. They really need some friends to help them out. Also got one of Skulking Geist in here. I believe Sh00tingstar does mention that they've replaced the Geist and the Deathseer with two Evolves. But we'll try this list out as it is and see how we go. So I'll be back with some games in a second. Alright. Yeah, here with a game with Sh00tingStar's Shaman. They were kind enough to include a mulligan guide against some of the more common matchups, which I really appreciate. Shoutouts to Sh00tingstar there. Really appreciate it. So does mention that there are a lot of priest variants out there, so it can be quite tough to mulligan against them. But they do say to keep Jade Claws and Coldite Oracle. Always recommend on Hearthstone, if you are going through decks, make sure you do read through the description, because you can always find lots of interesting tidbits. Quest Priest. I don't know if I'm not sure if this mulligan guide was made with Quest Priest in mind. Been seeing some wacky decks on ladder. We versed Quest Rogue before. Jeez. Yeah, we versed Quest Rogue before. It's interesting, but we'll see how this one goes. I'm kind of liking it. Maybe now that the previews are starting to come out for Witchwood, for the Dark and Spooky Wood, people have decided they want to have some fun. We're listening to some Little Scale. It's an Australian artist I've been listening to for quite a while. Lots of nice like ambient stuff, a little bit of chip and glitch in there. Definitely recommend checking them out on Bandcamp. The link will be in the description for that. What do we want to do here? Lucky. Yeah, we did have the first wave of, or the second wave of previews coming in. Seeing a lot of the, like odds and even matters cards, which is super interesting. As far as like a, as far as a mechanic for your set goes. When we're seeing a lot of, in fact all of the cards spoiled today, I think except for one were rare or above. A couple of epics even. So my speculation is that rather than getting, you know, like with Frozen Throne where everyone got one of, where'd this come from? It's just in the deck. Rather than Frozen Throne where everyone got a Death Knight, or Cold and Catacombs where everyone got a weapon, I think we will see everyone get one of these odds or even legendaries at the start of game ones. It's because I think Blizzard will have that like new player experience in mind, that, you know, people don't want to open up these epics that require a legendary to function. I think we want to get these things away, but maybe this devolve is really valuable. Getting dunked by a bunch of 5/5s doesn't sound fun though. They could have Shadowed Horror or something to trigger them, but we'll see what our opponent has. Also, Duskbreaker would be a real tasty one. Dragonfire, yeah. Yep. You definitely could have played around that a bit better, and unfortunately now we're kind of out of gas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's alone. I guess we should have known that they had some kind of, like, the deck's probably full of AoE if they're including the eggs, because I would imagine they'd want some way to break the eggs. Alright, so we need to beat presumably an Amara, an Azoth, and a Pack. So the Devolve's hopefully going to be good for the, and the Volcano are going to be good for the Nazoth turn. Nether Swites as well. I don't know if we have the late game to bash this down. The thing is, Not a lot of cards in our deck are good for our opponent. Thrall is good. Aya is okay. Yeah, I guess it's going to be not a race, but just trying to see who can trade their resources most effectively. Yeah, we want to try and get some big Jades, and I think do a lot of work with them. That's a lot of death rattles. Oh, just 2. A lot of 1/1s. Yeah, this Lightwell might do some work. Unless they're going to Dragonfire? Dustbreaker? Sure. Some good Netherspite Historians. Wow! They're so scared of the Lightwell. That's about as hard as I've ever seen someone try and kill a Lightwell. We'll just trade our mana tied in for a card here. Well, they've probably got the board clear, but it's about as good a time as any, I think. Yep. Shadow Visions. Okay. Luckily, none of these death rattles have been super high impact. Do we want to save this Murmuring Elemental? Could save it for Thrall or Aya, or this Jade Chieftain, or the Rummaging Kobold. No. Saving it for Thrall could be interesting, but like, you know, if we're going like totem this Thrall, we get what, a 6-drop and a 5-drop, which is fine. But this setup at least forced them to have some kind of board clear or to try and get back on board. I think we'll we'll sandbag this Aya for a bit. Considering they do have another Dragonfire left. We're significantly deeper in fatigue though. Opponent hasn't played N'Zoth or their pack yet. I think they've still got another operative after this. No, maybe this is the second one. I was wondering why that that rope was going so fast. We fucked up. Should have attacked with our claws on the 2/2. Hey, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, crack their pack? No. Alright, we're in there. Obviously, we probably should have attacked with the Antonidas into the other thing before we evolved, so that we keep the health. Having this Razor Leaf around is actually kind of interesting because it's pretty tough to kill. Like has a lot of health, so hopefully it's gonna stick on the board for a while. Look innocuous, then we can start evolving it. That's funny. A 3/8. No, lethal. So the question is, do we want to risk our opponent having Deathwing or something? I'll lean towards... no. Please don't have Deathwing. So now they are probably pressured into playing Amara. Yep. Ah, that's pretty cute. Pretty cute. Ooh, lucky. Had some good evolves. But we are out of resources. We might be able to sneak a couple of extra damage in with this cold light if we can stay topped up with this healing rain. Oh, Volcano. Did have a lot of health. Okay. 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 Well, they can't play N'Zoth if they have it, because they overloaded themselves. Dragonfire. Okay, so they still have another Dragonfire left as well. And this is one off lethal, I think. This is 22. And this will be 1. Don't have any claws or anything. Just take the opportunity to top up so we don't get blown out by that other Dragonfire. Yep. Maybe Dragonfire. Yeah, we don't even get killed by that. Nice, wow. What a game to start with. Bit of an epic one. Good to see our opponent some different decks. That's fun. I'm glad that I recorded that one. Last couple of especially the end of the budget deck series that we did, which you can check out. I've got a playlist up on YouTube for it. We just had some days where I played a bunch of games. Had some really good ones on stream, but not whilst I was recording locally. And then as soon as I start recording, we just have like a bunch of garbage ones in a row. So glad that we're breaking the curse. So we're against Hunter here. Once again, haven't seen a lot of Hunter around, so people bringing out the fun stuff, hopefully. Or all the rank 10 fun games. Candle shot, so not really indicative of anything in particular, whether that's aggro or spell. But I would imagine at this stage most hunters are spell hunters. Yep. There's definitely a thought to deploy the Jade Claws, but just so next turn we don't have a 4, so having an overloaded mana is fine. But like we're not attacking or anything. Like we don't want to attack into a wandering monster with 2 power. We probably want 3 power. And our opponent can just kill off the Jade Golem with the Candle Shot. Unfortunately, we don't have anywhere to deal with Yashaj. So if our opponent does have turn 4 Barnes Yashaj, well, they didn't have turn 3, so I guess they probably won't have turn 4. Probably. Let's get our Jade train started. So no snipe there. Probably Wandering Monster, Cat Trick. That type of stuff. Cat, yep. It's fine. No, unfortunately no Volcano either for this Spellstone. Which maybe we should have held on to the Maelstrom portal, but... Coin 6, Deathstalker. Alright. Got an interesting one on our hands for sure. I do want to play one of these next turn. So I guess what we're hoping is that our opponent maybe goes too deep on Builder Beasts and we can get a presence on the board that they struggle to come back from. Probably could have positioned this better for our totem. Whew. It's a spicy 9, for sure. Yeah, I was thinking if we wanted to Maelstrom Portal there, or... Okay. Oof. Going hard on the Unleash. You don't get the life gain off of that because they were immune, which is definitely a factor. Luckily we have this portal to clear up a lot of this. And the healing rain as well to hopefully top us up. Okay, we're in there. Next turn we've got this Murmuring Elemental Jade Chieftain. So we'll get a 5 and a 6. And if every turn our opponent's just like making a Zombeast and playing it, it should be okay. Okay, let's see what's up. It's not freezing. Yep. Pretty dominant position here. I can't think of much that's going to get our opponent back in the game, especially from out of Hunter. Without access to like the is it Dread Scale? The one that AoEs for 1 at the end of the turn? Without Dread Scale Poisonous as a possibility. I can't think of a Zombeast combination that does it. Ooh, nice. Alright. Well, usually I'd play 3 games, but unfortunately that first one was just such a long one that I might just cut it here. So I really enjoyed this deck. It was super fun. Would have been nice to see it against some of the more tempered decks, though Spell Hunter's a totally reasonable deck. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes versus the Q blocks and the aggro paladins of the world. Hope you enjoyed this. Like I said before, we did just finish off the budget deck series, so the playlist is up on YouTube if you want to check out any of the other decks that I've looked at during the Kobolds and Catacombs era. I've also got a playlist up for those. All the social links are right here or in the description. Check them out, and definitely check out Little Scale for those sweet tunes. And big shout out to Sh00tingStar1's for the deck and the Mulligan guide there. I really appreciate that. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.